So let me create a new package. Right click, new package. First, before going, I just want to confirm with you guys. I'll rename it. When I want to rename some any file or a package or a class or any project also, I need to right click on the specific file, go to refactor, rename. So I'll just rename it now. I'll click on OK. Right click, new class, variables usage. I just want you guys actually to just help me on this. Okay, so everyone take a paper and pen, and then after that just do this assignment alone, so that I'll be sure that actually what you guys are good with the functions and all those things. Okay, I just want everyone to do this. Okay, take a paper and pen and then do this steps alone. Okay, so let me copy and then put it in a new notepad. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. 7:20 actually what? Before that, I just want not 7:20. 3 minutes is more than enough. Just simply you can write. Not that you should be perfect syntax. Just try it. Then after that, let me do it. Okay, so everyone are able to do that program? Are you guys are facing any issues? Is everyone able to do that? Can I expect a reply from the chat window if you guys are able to do or no? Yes means you are able to do, no means you are not able to do. So based on that, can you ping me? Oops, sorry, sorry guys. I just copy pasted a wrong program. Uh, Instead of pasting this, I just pasted the second program. It's my mistake. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so think over you guys are able to do this. Okay, so let me help make you to, so I'll copy paste. Okay, so we'll do this. So let me ask question from your end. Hey, hi Parth, you're there? Hey, hi Shakshi, you there? Hey Parth,
Yes, sir.
can you help me? So right now I want to write two static variables. One is integer A and integer B.
Uh-huh.
What I need to write?
Okay, so it's a local variable.
No, two static variables.
Oh, static, right? So about the public static void main method.
A line number?
In the line fourth,
Yes, correct. So here, what I need to write?
static,
Yes.
then int a,
Okay.
comma b.
So yes, two static variables. I can also give like this static in a comma b. So what will be the default value for this integer?
Starting it's start with the 0, right?
Yes, correct. So for integer, the default value is 0. Good. Hey, good. Hey, thank you, man. So now, hey, hi, Shakshi. Can you help me now? I want to create these two non-static variable.
Okay, so above public static void main
Yes.
int c comma d.
Awesome. Yes, correct. So for this also, the default value will be 0. So as of now, actually, what I just created it. So now I will try to give a value also. So where I'll try to give a value inside the main function. Okay. So now I want to print those values. So first, actually, what I will give a value for the static variable. Okay. So I'll just like this here. Give values for all the variables inside main function. So first I will give a value for the static integer a and b. So what I need to do?
Uh,
So if I want to initialize a value for the static, so what I need to do?
just
Sorry, what I need to do? Any idea, Sakshi?
a is equal to some value.
Yes, awesome. That's it. So this is initialization. Why it's initialization? Because here we have not initialized any value. That's the thing. Same thing for b.
Yeah.
B equal to 20. I'll give. Always static members should be referred with the help of what? Class name. That's the best practice. Okay, so I will refer with the help of class name only. That's it. Then I want to print the values of actually what the static members. So what I need to do? Okay, we'll do that printing later. A good Sakshi. Thank you. So now um, Hey, hi Niranjan. Now can you help me? I want to give a value for the non-static variables. Can you tell me how I need to do?
So,
Yes, I want to give a value for the non-static variables. So what I need to do?
so now you want to enter values of non-static.
Yes,
Right?
correct.
Okay. So you can use directly like C equal to some value C equal
No, non-static variables, if I want to use, how I need to use it? So always non-static variable should be referred with help of static variable will be referred with help of class name. Non-static variables or members should be referred with help of a object.
to.
Okay. So if I want to use with help of an object, first I need to create an object. So how to create an object? Any idea? Anyone can ping me in the chat window. Anyone can ping me. So if I want to create an object for this class, so what I need to do? Anyone can ping me in the chat window. Superb. Good path. Good. So this is my class name. I need to give variable usage obj1 equal to new variable usage. That is, I'm trying to create an object for the class. Then obj1 is my object name. Variable underscore usage is my class name. That's it. Clear? Any questions for anyone on this? Hey, good. Good, Kirti. Good. So now I want to print the values, give a value for this integer C and D. Can you tell me what I need to do? Niranjan, can you do? Tell me what I need to do.
So you have to get obj dot C.
Yes, obj1 dot C is equal to some value. obj1 dot D is equal to some value. That's it. Hey, good man. Good. Thank you. So now next, I have given a value for them. So now print those values in the main function. That is for all the things I want to print the values. So now what I need to do? Kiti, can you help me? So now I want to print all the values. Can you tell me what is that I need to do? Kiti, you're there? Nikhil, you're there? Hey, Kirti. Hi, Kirti. Kirti? Okay. Hey, Nikhil. Hey, hi, Pam. Can you help me? So how to give a values for those things? Can you tell me how I need to give a values for, sorry, how I need to print those values? That is, I want to print the A value, B value, C value, and D value. What is that I need to do if I want to print the values? Okay, anyone guys? Anyone like to give a try? Anyone like to give a try?
I will read.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes, please. Can you help me how to print it?
We can directly call with the help of the system.out.println.
Super.
So, and inside that, like the static numbers are
Yes.
in the string comment, like double quote.
Okay, double quote.
Yeah, the static numbers are.
Just give me. What is it? Take A. You're gonna give print for A variable. So what I need to do?
So the value of static A variable is.
Oh no, just simply we will print A is equal to. Okay. Then
The A is equal to and the plus
Yes.
and the variable you said dot A, or otherwise we can directly call the A.
We'll try to print in all the different ways that can be used. So one with help of class name. That's a standard procedure.
Yeah.
Variable usage
Dot
dot
A.
A. Yes, correct.
Mhm. The second is using the object name.
Uh,
Now
okay.
here directly the A.
Now we'll try to use. So anyway, first we have seen with help of class name we can do. The next
Yeah.
thing for the B, we will try to
That's
print with help of object name.
object. Okay.
obj1 dot C.
Then yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, other way, CISO A is equal to A is equal to
Plus A.
yes, A.
But sir, in the line number 13, we call the value of the B is object C. So that's wrong, right?
Which one? Value of?
Line number 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. My mistake. It's my mistake. Yes. Yes. Then, so non-static members I need to print. So what I need to do for the non-static members to print?
Non-static is referred with the object name only.
Yes. So
So then the in bracket B is C is equal to
yes.
the object one
Correct.
dot C.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The same
And
thing as
same for the D also.
correct. So I'll just make it as D. This should be D.
D.
That's it. So now let me run this. So A is 10, B is 20. A is again we're trying to print in a different way. That is directly by the variable name. That is A is 10, C is 30, 40. So we printed everything. So now we printed all those values in the main function. Now I need to create three local variables, integer A, C, and X. Okay. So integer A, C, and X. So now can someone help me? Hey, hi Vijayalakshmi. Vijayalakshmi, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me? I want to create three local variables A, C, and X of integer type.
Yeah, then inside the public static void, when inside the function, we have to initialize the variable like integer A
Super.
and C, integer A, comma C, comma X.
Okay, so we'll do this C, comma X. So
Semicolon.
then I'll give semicolon here. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So then after that, now if I want to initialize a value, so what it, so this is declaration. If I want to
Yes,
initialize a value,
we have to assign some values.
yes, assign some values, correct.
Some A is equal to some number.
Super, yes. So A equal to 50, I'll give.
Okay, C is
Then
equal to some number.
C equal to 16.
Yeah, X
X
equal
is
to some
equal
number.
to 70.
Nothing
So I
more.
just give some different numbers here.
Yes.
So now I will print actually what? The local variables, and then I want to print the static and non-static variables. Everything now I want to print it. So
Okay.
first I'll print the local. So
Local
CISO,
variables. So A is equal to
okay, yes. A in double quotes, A is equal to
plus
plus,
A.
yes, that's it. So local variables always we refer with help of variable name.
Variables. No need to assign some objects or class name for it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because objects always be referred for actually what? Static members.
Static
Class
variables.
names always
Okay,
referred for static members.
Static variables. Okay, sir. So the same way we have to print for C and X.
Yes, correct. Super. So C, then 40. Now let me print this.
X.
Right click. Run
X.
as.
X.
Oh,
Sir,
yeah.
X.
So, yeah, it's X. Thank you. My mistake. So it's printed me 50, 60, 70 also.
Yes.
Super, good. Then after that, I want to print the static variables. So static variables, what are the things we have? A
Two
and
static
B.
variables, A and B.
Yes, correct. Now I want to print that. So static members always should be referred with the help of.
Class name.
So with the help of class name, when we print, we know what is the value it will be printed.
Yes,
But
sir.
now if I actually want print it as A, my static variable A is there, right? So now what will be the output for this A?
It will be the same. The value which we initialized A is equal to 50 within the main function.
Correct. So that is, it's a local variable.
Variable. Oh yeah, local variable.
Why it will print actually about 50? Can you tell me?
Because first it goes to the main function, sir. Once.
Superb. So always when we refer with help of a variable name, search goes to main function.
Main function.
If we don't have the value in the main function, next what will happen?
Then it goes to the static pool.
Yes, correct. That's it. So that's why here it will print actually what? A value as 50 here. So if I want to print the static variable value, what I need to do?
With the class name, we have to mention the variable name.
Correct. Yes. This is how we need to always mention. Awesome. A good. Non-static members, how I need to refer?
With the object name.
Correct. So the C is
C
my.
and, C and D are the two non-static variables which we have initialized, and we have created an object for that. So
Yes.
object 1.c and object 1.d.
Yes, correct. OBJ. Oh, cool. OBJ1.c. So now OBJ1.c I have given. So now what happened? That value will be what? So variable usage.a value will be what?
Variable usage A value will be 10
Super.
and obj1.c is equal to 30.
Yes, correct. Because that's what object thinks. So local variables actually what? If I want to print, I want to print as A and then C alone. That's what we have done here. A and C.
Yes, sir.
Good. A good, good Vijay. Thank you. So now finally we printed that A value for the local variables is 50, 60, 70. Then after that, my static variable value of A is 10. Obj1.c value is 30. That's what we printed. Clear? Anyone has any questions on this, guys? Anyone has any questions so far? Clear, right? So this is what we have seen actually what's till now about our variables and then all the memory location concept and everything. Clear? So next we will go for functions over there. So before that, I'll just give you a 3 minutes break. 7:40 we'll again connect. Okay, so everyone take a 3 minutes break because I just don't want to continue like this. So I take a 3 minutes break. Then after that, we'll see with functions here. Okay. Hello.
Hi, Murli.
Yes, Narajan.
Just one doubt I had in line number 13.
Okay.
That is B. B is a static variable. Static. Okay. B,
Yes.
You want to print the B values. Okay. So we can use the B is equal to instead of obj1, we can use that variable underscore uses like that class name. Okay. Why you used object one here?
No. The thing is, we just want to know static members can be used in how many ways. So one with help of a class name, another one with help of an object name, another one directly by the variable name. So that's what we have done here. Okay, that is what are the different ways actually. But the standard practice of using the static variables is always should refer with help of a class name only. Clear, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we'll have a 2 minutes. Any questions from anyone? Any questions? Good. Thanks. So again, we'll start the session by 7:40. 7:41. Okay, at least have a 2 minutes break. Thank you. Hello. Hey guys. So we'll continue the session. So now we'll see actually what the usage of functions. So before going to the functions, so let me print some information so that we'll know the usage of functions. Why we need to go for functions, we will see with an example. So I want to print it as scissor. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is what I want to print. So right click and as Java application. So it printed for me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Clear? So then after that, now again I'm going to print it. So if you see, totally 52 lines of code I have here. So in that, if you see, the 7 lines of code has been repeated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times I have repeated the same code. So think over in the real-time application, I have some 200 lines of code which need to be repeated for actually what 10 to 15 times. So that means what will happen totally 10 times over there for 200 lines of code means 2000 lines of code or 2600 lines of 3000 lines of code if it repeats for 15 times. Okay, so but what is the problem when you have more same code actually but repeated for a number of times? For us, the usage also actually what is little bit actually what performance is going to be decreased. All those things are going to happen. So what we will do means instead of having repeated code, we will make it as a function and then we will call that function whenever it is needed. So two things. One, performance actually what will be perfect. The another one option is actually what means whenever we call them and then we use it. So the code also looks standardized. Okay, the code also looks standardized. So how we use, we'll see. So I'll copy the same code here. Then I'll try to repeat it. So if you see, right click, run as Java application. See, it's printed for me everything here. Now I will just create a new class called usage of functions. So now my main function here. So I'll copy paste the same code. Okay, this is what I need to. So if you see, the Monday to Sunday has been printed for me for n number of times. So here, what I will do, I will create a method. Okay, so how I can create a method is so simple. So always a method should have a return type. The return type is void. Then my method name. So method name I'll just give it as weekdays. Any name I can just give for it. Always method should follow with parenthesis like this. Then open and close it. That's it. So weekdays is my method name. Then always a method will have a return type as void. Okay. So the return type can be different. Now I'm having it as void. Then what is the value that I need to print over here is Monday to Sunday. That's it. Clear? Then after that, so same as like variables, okay, you can have it as a static or non-static. Okay, so if I want it as a static, I need to give it as static void weekdays. Okay, if I want to make it as a non-static, I just need to remove the static keyword. So static methods can be referred with the help of a class name. Non-static methods can be referred with the help of an object name. Same vice versa follows for the variables only. Okay, so now we will try to call the places where all we have the methods. Okay, so this place I'm going to replace with usage functions dot my weekdays. Same thing, I'm going to replace the place where all it's going to call this method. Then again here I'm going to replace so which are the places we are going to replace. So usage of functions dot weekdays. That's the thing. So now what happened? Usage of functions dot weekdays, when we give it goes and goes to the static pool. So because always static members will be loaded to the static pool, right? So there only we will have the weekdays. So when I give usage of functions dot weekdays, that will go and call me the weekdays method in the static pool. Then after that it prints me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay, I'll make it as Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Then after that, the control comes to the same place wherever it is called. Then after that prints me the dashes. Then again comes here usage of functions dot weekdays. Again go to the method, print the 7 lines, control come back. Print me the hashes. Come back here, call the weekdays method, print 7 lines of code, again control comes back here. So the thing is, now if you see the code, it's so organized. Okay, anyone can understand the code easily. But the same thing, if you see the old code, see, it looks like a messy code. Okay, it looks like a messy code. So advantage is also another one is what means. So right now here it was mentioned as actually what Friday. I made it as see everywhere it was printing before it as Friday, right? Now I changed it as actually what Friday. Okay, so now what I will do, right click, run as Java application. Can you see everywhere it has printed as Friday for me here? Okay, one place I did a change that reflected in all the places. But the same thing here, if I want to do a change, I need to change it everywhere. I need to go and then manually change everywhere. So if I forget in some place over there, what will happen? That will still print the same information, which will be a problem for me in the future level. See, now only actually what this will be changed. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Organization is easier when we have functions and then when we use it. Clear? Any questions for anyone on this, guys? Anyone has any questions on this? Everyone understood how to write a function? Function also is of two types, static and non-static. Static methods can be called with reference of a class name. Non-static methods can be called with help of an object name. Always a function will have a return type. That's it. Okay, that's what we have seen still now. Everyone clear? Yes,
I just have questions with the terminology. So what you created, it's not a method, it's a function, or?
Functions are also called as methods. Okay, we can give any name, whatever we want. Okay, right?
Okay.
So functions are also called as methods.
Okay, so it is the same thing.
Same, correct, yes. Okay, right?
Okay.
Cool. Any questions from anyone? Can I expect from everyone from the chat windows? Yes, if you have understood. I want from everyone. Bharati, Kirti, Nikhil, Niranjan, Pam.
Sir, actually that static, if it is a static function, it can be
Yes,
called by object and also with the
correct.
variable,
So
right?
static functions can be called with help of a class name. The best standard practice is to call refer by a class name. Also can be called with help of object name or also directly by the method name also. So that is, for example, I can also do like this. See here, I'll just print something. So, okay, next. I can directly call by the method name also. So if you see, right click, run as Java application. See, it printed me. Same thing through object also I can call.
Okay.
Okay, guys, any questions? Good. Okay, guys. So this is about functions, the basic thing. So again, we'll do one last program. So right click, run as. I'll make this functions usage. I'll make this package and I have a main function. So I'll have here one method. So void method one. So this is how we'll write a method. So we will have a return type always, and then we have a my method name. So the return type is what means always my function. It's going to print when I call method one. So it needs to return some value. But when it is void, I don't want to return any value. I can have a return statement, but I cannot return any value here. Okay. The same thing instead of void. Okay, so I'll just call this method function usage dot. Okay, it's a non-static method, right? Okay, let me create, make it as a static as of now, so that I can use it. Method one. So next thing, I will actually what? Print it here, right click, run as Java application. So it prints me method one. So I will have here sysO program starts. Then after that, sysO program ends. Right click, run as Java application. It prints me program starts. Then the method one will be called, prints me method one. Then after that finally prints me. So after that it returns to the same place. So return is used to return to the same place. So but now I'm not returning any value, but it returns the option to the place. Okay. Next after that, I will have another method. So static void method 2 sysO method 2. So here instead of void, okay, I am going to make it as integer. Okay, so now you can see. So the return types can be anything. It can be actually what, any data type, integer, double, float, boolean, character, anything, whatever you want actually what you can use it over there. That's what you can use it for the return types there. Okay, so now actually what I made it as an integer means, so I need to use a return statement mandatory. Then what is my return type is integer, right? So I need to pass a integer value here. That's it. Okay, if it is void means it is not mandatory for me to use the return statement because it cannot return any value. But I cannot return any value also here because void means I cannot return any value. Only thing is I can just use the return statement. That's it. Clear for everyone? I can just use the return statement. That's the one thing.
But what's the purpose of the return statement if you're not going to have anything?
That's all. That's why it's not mandatory. If you want, you can use it. Otherwise, you can remove the return statement when it is void.
Okay.
That's why it's optional. But same thing if it's actually instead of void, if you're using actually what integer, boolean, string, or whatever, you have to return the value. If it's an integer, return integer value. If it is actually what a string, I need to return actually what a string value. So like that. Okay, that is what we have to do here. For boolean, you have to return true or false. If it is boolean, it throws me an error now. See, now I need to return true or false. Clear? So now that we are returning something. So what we are going to do with the return information means we can capture that value and then use in the main function. So for example, I'll make it as an integer. Then I'm going to return 10. So now what I will do, I will call this method, which is a static method, right? So function usage dot method 2. Okay, I'll call this method. When I call this method, what will happen? This will print me, execute everything, and then it return me 10. So now I'm not going to capture it. I'm just going to utilize it. See, I'm just going to call this around. See, program starts, method 1, method 2, and finally program ends. I'm not utilizing this value 10. So now if I use system.out.println here, so now what's the thing? System.out.println function usage.method2. So what will happen when I call function usage.method2? This will go and call me the method 2. Then prints me method 2, and then it will return me 10. That 10 will come here. Okay. Then it prints me system.out.println. The value is 10. That's what it will do. Clear? Clear for everyone? Any questions? Okay. So the thing is, it returns me the value 10 that I'm trying to print it over here. That's it. Any questions from anyone?
So it's like, I mean, so you don't have any variables, so you're not holding that value. It's just, that's just part of the method, right? The 10, because
Correct.
that's
I'm just actually going to print it. I'm not going to store it in any variable. So see, first when I execute, program starts, then function usage.method1 will go and call me this method, prints me method 1, then again we are not returning any value, control comes here. Now function usage.method2 goes and call me the method 2, then prints me method 2, then finally returns me 10. That 10 comes to this place. Then finally it's there under system.out.println, so it prints me 10. Then finally program ends. So the thing is, I'm not capturing in a variable, but I'm trying to print it over there because it's there under system.out.println. That answers your question, Pam?
I'm just trying to see how to use this. So this means that that method number 2 was executed successfully, right? Because you have value at 10.
Correct. It is executed.
Okay, so in number 1, that method number 1, if you will do the same thing for that one, then you don't get anything.
So here, void is a return type. That means I cannot return any value. Correct. So,
but if you try to use it, like if you do a system out print in for method 1, what happens?
So now when I do like this, it will throw me an error. So you can see here, function usage.method1. I'm trying to actually use it under system.println, but it throws me an error. What is the error means? Remove the argument to match println. Otherwise, change the return type of method 1 to boolean. That is method 1 right now it's void, right? It's asking to change it to boolean so that it can return true or false. Because void cannot return any value, so system.out.println will not know what to print only.
Okay.
So system.println purpose is to print some information whatever we have. But here we are not going to get anything. That's why we are not able to use system.println for the void method. Hope so that that answers your question. Huh? That's clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. Same thing now. I'll try to capture it in a variable and then I'll use it. So integer a is equal to, now I want to store the value as 10. But instead of doing that, I will also see functions usage dot method 2. So what will happen right now? Function usage dot method 2 will go and call me the method 2. Okay, then after that prints me method 2, then after that returns me 10. That 10 comes and prints me here. That's the thing. Clear? Any questions? So it comes and then finally it prints me over there. That is actually what 10 will come here. Then I'm storing it over there under the a variable. Then after that, if I want to print it, a. So I'll give you like this, a. Finally, program ends. See, program starts, method 1. So what's happening? Function usage dot method 1 will go and call me the method 1, prints me method 1. Then after that, system.println function usage dot method 2. Now what will happen? This will go and call me the method 2, returns me 10. That 10 comes over here. So that it prints method 2 and then 10 for me here. I'm printing. Then function usage dot method 2. Now what will happen? It again prints me method 2. Then we are returning 10. Now I'm storing it over there under a variable. Okay. So then finally I'm printing the a variable here. That's why method 2 is printed. Then the variable a is printed here. Then finally program ends. Clear? Any questions for anyone on this? So how to write a method? Okay, a method is of actually what? Return type always should have as void. Void means I cannot return any value. So it's not mandatory for me to use return statement. But if it is of integer type, I want to return an integer value. If it is Boolean, I want to return Boolean value. So whenever I call this method, it will return the value to the place wherever it is called. Either I can use system.out.println, otherwise I can store it under a variable. Whichever is needed for me, I can use it. Clear? Everyone clear, guys? Any questions for anyone on this? Clear for everyone? Can everyone ping me in the chat windows? Yes, if you guys have understood it. Cool. Okay, guys. Yeah. Hey, hi, Kirti. Kirti and Niranjan. Hey, yes, Niranjan.
So just want to know this line number 16. Okay.
Yes.
So here, why method 2 is coming? It should only return 10 then, correct? Because why
So-
method 2 again 10?
So function usage dot method 2, what it will happen? Go and call me the method 2, correct? Prints me method 2.
Yeah.
Then after that, what's going to happen? Return me 10. Why it's returning 10? Because my return type is
Integer.
integer. So this 10 will come and sits over here like this. Understood? So after executing the function usage method 2, it comes and sits actually what 10 here. So it's there under system.out.println. That's why it printed 10 for me here.
No, that I understood. I'm not talking about why it is coming 10. I just
Okay.
want to know why method 2 is coming.
This is method 2, right?
Yes, this in output you see in the console. Okay, so after method 1, because in line number 16 is It's referring to function underscore uses method 2.
Are you asking why this method 2 is coming?
Correct.
That's what. So first program starts. Okay, so I'll do this one thing. So okay, so first program starts. Then function usage dot method 1. Now what happened? Goes and call me the method 1. Correct? Now what is there inside the method 1? It's going to print method 1. Correct? Because why we call the method to execute that method. Correct?
Yes.
So it prints me method 1. Then next actually what comes here? Function usage dot method 2. Function usage dot method 2, what it will do? It goes and call me the method 2. So now when executing, what is there inside the method 2? It's printing me method 2. So that's why we will get this method 2. Then returns me 10. So now that 10 will come and sit in this place. So where it is, it's there under system.out.println. Correct? So that's why it prints me 10. Then I'm printing my dashes. Then function usage dot method 2. Once again, I'm calling the method. Goes and call me the method, prints me method 2. Then returns me 10. That 10 comes and sits in this place. So where it is, it's like creating a local variable called a. Then the local variable a value is 10. Then system.println a. So what is my local variable a value? Now only we stored as 10, right? So that's why it's printing me 10. Then finally program ends. That answers your question
Yes.
for you. Good. Anyone has any questions, guys? Good. Okay. Hey, Raghu, hi Raghu. You're new for this session, right? Can I have your mail ID so that I can send you the details to you? I can send you the mail ID, that today's class details, everything to you.
Okay, I'm receiving yours, mate.
Oh, you're receiving your mail, my mail. Oh, cool. Then okay, cool. Can I have your mail ID, Raghu? Can you ping me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys. Anyone has any questions? Anyone has any questions? Okay, so that's it for today. So tomorrow we'll see about the functions. So today we saw about return types. So tomorrow we will see about arguments. That is actually what functions with arguments. That is how to pass on actually what functions to us. Okay, so with the argument, a value I need to pass to the method. How to do it? That's what tomorrow is. That is also called as method overloading. Tomorrow we'll see that concept. Okay. Yes. So assignments we have for today. So what are the assignments? So the same thing I just gave you before to write a program, right? So here, write one static method which is of void return type, another non-static method which is of void return type, one static method which is of integer return type, one non-static method which is of double return type. Call those methods from main function and capture the return values, okay, in a variable and print the values. So before we did right now static, right? You're gonna do with this non-static. Non-static means how we can use create an object and then utilize it. Clear? Then after that, actually what return type actually what? For the first two is void, so I cannot return any value. But for the next two things, actually what? One is integer type, one is double return type. So call those methods from the main function and capture the return values in a variable. So when I call this first static method, my variable should be integer because return type is integer. When I call this method, my variable should be double because the return type is double here. Then finally I need to print the values of the variable. That's it. Clear? Anyone has any questions? Okay, yes. Thank you. So tomorrow we'll meet by same time, 7 a.m. Thank you. Bye, guys.